What's up, Legimartians? Welcome to another movie review on my channel. This is Rohit Rana. You're watching Legend Martini, and the movie that I am going to review today is Unda, starring mega star Mammootty, directed by Khalid Rahman, writers Khalid Rahman, Harshad, Ashik, Padinjatil, and apart from Mammootty, the other top bill stars are Asif Ali, Dileesh, Pothan. Before I begin the review, let's go through the synopsis. The film narrates the events that occur when a unit of policemen from Kerala reach the Naxalite-prone areas in North India for election duty. I think that's the most apt synopsis. Doesn't reveal much, sticks to the skeleton of the story. Now, the film itself. This is probably my seventh or eighth Malayalam film, right? That's what it was, Malayalam. I think so. This is my seventh or eighth Malayalam film in total, especially in the last 2.5 months. Yes, Malayalam. The experience continues to be quite consistent. Every Malayalam film that I have seen, they are always hitting the mark. There is a very unique taste to Malayalam cinema. So, if I had to describe all the films that I have seen so far, they're all very grounded, but they don't feel like you're watching art house cinema, because enough is happening in the film. There is a lot of drama, there is a lot of tension, but there are undertones. Nothing goes overboard. There are no modeling impulses. There is no melodrama, whether it's a story, whether it's the background score, and that's how proceedings remain in Unda. This is a grounded film, feels very realistic. The situations, the acting, whatever twists it has, but at the same time, there is nerve-wracking tension from start to end, which is cut by very welcome jokes, not slapstick. Very, very organic jokes. Again, very realistic, very grounded humor. But there is so much tension in the film because this is a hub of Maoists, and there they are on election duty. They have to make sure that elections in this small place, sparsely populated, forested place. There's a small, I guess it's a school, a classroom that is turned into this place where these villagers can come and vote on the election day. Right from the beginning, when they are in Kerala itself and when they are given this duty, and then there is that little scene of parade which is funny right off the bat, the train journey, and then they reach this place, and basically there was a lot of warmth in how these people were shown living in that one room over a period of several days. They made that place their home for those few days. Starting with Mammootty, this is only my second Mammootty film after Swati Kiranam. I may have watched some Mammootty film as a kid, but I don't think so. So I would say this is only my second Mammootty film, and what an actor! Swati Kiranam is probably one of his career best performances. I think it's a legendary role, justifiably so. But this one was different. This one was so I have not watched Mammootty's macho roles. This is also very grounded as he was in Swati Kiranam, but yet it's a completely different role. It's a completely different film. There is a fight sequence in the end. Okay, spoilers ahead. There may be spoilers in this review. So there is a action scene right in the end when Mammootty comes into his form. Throughout the film, this is a very complex character. He encourages people a lot, his group, and he's like, you are cops. It's not your duty to be scared. You have to be brave at all times. But when that attack happens, the first attack happens, which is not exactly an attack if you watch the film, he freezes. He completely freezes, and it was not shown as if this. Unlike most movies, it was not like, okay, I am hiding in a corner. It was a very real moment when you connected with this guy. You did not think, despite the fact that you were thinking of this guy as a very heroic guy, as a very brave guy, very intelligent person who everybody in his unit trusts. When he freezes, you have empathy with him, because that's how that scene is created. His arm freezes. He's not able to move his arm. He's not able to think. He's panicking in his head. And again, the way it was shown, the background score, his acting, Mammootty's acting in that particular scene, it seemed so real, and you felt bad for him. You kind of also understood the anger of his unit, uh, like how they judged him after that, how they started having trust issues, at least some of them. You understood that, but then you felt more bad for Mammootty's character, not because Mammootty, but because of this character, because he had no intentions. He's not a coward. He just, his biology gave away. His brain gave away at that time. His body freezed. He tried his best. He totally looked like he was trying his best, but he just couldn't move a muscle in that scene. So that was a beautiful scene. It gave us a good insight into the psyche of an experienced police officer, of a officer who may be experienced, who may be brave, who may be very intelligent, but even those people have weaknesses. Even those people freeze at wrong moments. They are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. He looks like, before that scene, he looks like a model police officer. Even if there is no machoism, but he looks like someone who knows what he's doing, who knows what he's saying, and he won't fall prey to these breakdowns, emotional breakdowns, or he won't get scared, because he's so organically encouraging people, not with those melodramatic filmy dialogues, but in a very natural language. He's like, what's the deal with you? Why are you scared? You're a police officer. It's your job to go out and fight these people. If they find us, if they attack us, you don't have to be scared. Just attack them back. But then when that happens, or does not really happen, he freezes, and that was such a human moment. Such a human moment of a police officer outside films. That was one of my favorite scenes. Then again, like I said, everybody was humanized. Everybody had a little backstory to them, so we did not look at them just. We could look at them beyond their uniforms, not just literally, but also emotionally. We could. We knew how their characters were, how they were in real life. Obviously, there are no flashbacks, but mostly there are conversations over the phones happening, and they are talking to each other about their personal lives. So that was also good. Whatever backstory we were shown of these characters, they were not through flashbacks, because now I think mostly we are sick of flashbacks. In 2022, we are done with flashbacks. We have been seeing films showing flashbacks for the backstory from 100 years now. So refreshingly, there were no flashbacks as far as I can recall. There were just phone conversations happening mostly, or two cops discussing amongst themselves their backstory. That was great. And so yeah, Mammootty played that aging officer. So this ITPB officer, Kapil Dev, he had a very interesting role. Initially, when these people reach Chhattisgarh, he behaves like an asshole. You think that maybe the filmmakers are trying to show some racism. These are South Indian people, so I am superior to them. So I have to treat them in a way. I have to talk to them in a specific tone, in a specific manner, because they don't actually respect my. They don't deserve my respect because they come from the South India, because that happens a lot in North India. So I thought he's shown to be that character, but eventually that was not the case. He's just intimidating. He's just a disciplinarian, and he gets along with them soon enough. And then I loved his performance. I can't actually find out his name right now, but I loved his performance. I just sold on his performance. Like, he was a real officer. He's not an actor. He is there. So I like that part. There was enough shown in the film in terms of backstory to humanize them, and they were shown to be good people, bad people. They had their vices, they had their good aspects. Somebody was cheating on his wife, and he thought he has the right to do that because he's a man. Someone is being a bigot, is being racist. He has trust issues. If somebody is from a tribal area, he thinks they are, by default, they are Maoists, or everybody in their family is Maoist. uh, and there is no black and white here. Nobody, the movie is not trying to show that that person is evil. uh, that's how it is. Everybody has learned from their experiences, and maybe sometimes they go overboard in expressing themselves. They do not care what the other person thinks, because there is leg pulling happening between friends. Somebody presumes that this person does not mind these jokes, the tribal jokes or whatever. So it's very real. That's how it happens in real life. There are no lectures. There is no machoism happening. There is no unnecessary show of bravery in the film. One of my favorite scenes, I guess everybody's, was in the climax. Again, major spoiler ahead. In the climax, when there is this guy right up on the tree, and he's supposed to yeah, there are just 8 bullets, and he goes there with a lot of heroic feeling, and you're like, yes sir, I will take care of it. I will make sure that these 8 bullets are not wasted. And Mammootty also says, just make sure you make each bullet count. And there is, so you're like, as an audience, you're like, wow, so finally they're getting to the machoism part, and now this will not be so grounded, because after a certain point you don't want it to be grounded. You want these people to turn into badasses. So you think, okay, now he will shoot. And it's just throughout that scene, different people, Mammootty and his other officers, are saying, dude, just hit one person, just at least make one bullet count, hit one person. And he does this. He inspires himself. He just does all the body movements to just refresh himself in the head, to motivate himself. He closes his eyes, looks here and there, deep breathes, takes a pause, and then aims, and then he still misses. And then there is another officer saying, man, just one bullet, dude. They're being beaten up, or they're beating other people, but they're just begging him, just shoot one person, and he just can't. So that was hilarious. I was like, okay, there is two ways this can end. Either he does not end up shooting anybody, which is obviously very, very funny, or eventually there will be redemption. He will end up shooting someone, at least one bullet, and that will be redemption, and like that will be a very rousing moment. Not, none of these two scenarios happened, because it's when he does hit someone, but it was not like he is aiming and he shoots, and wow, there is this rousing background music, and he he closes his eyes. He's like, okay, and then he very casually shoots, tuck, and wow, bullseye. So, and then he celebrates dancing over that tree, and everybody is like, whoa, finally. That was one of the most hilarious scenes in the film. There were so many hilarious moments. All the tension was undercut with humor, but thankfully not the Marvel kind of a humor, not self-aware jokes and all. Very organic jokes, very organic jokes. They were not winking at the audience and all that. Yeah, that's about it. I think those are my feelings. Let me know if you have watched the film. How do you like the film? Or if you have not watched the film, does this review make you want to watch it? I saw it on Prime, Amazon Prime. Yes, yes. So yeah, please go ahead and watch it. If you're not, it's you will not regret. It's one of the best thrillers you can watch. If I can compare it to Newton, which was a good movie, but this one several notches higher. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, what do you think of the film. Thank you.